Hey everyone, Andrew here from Unveil the Web, and today I am going to show you how I build all of my backlinks to Unveil the Web. If you don't know by now, backlinks are so important because they tell Google that, hey, this is a website or a blog post or article that is relevant and important to this specific keyword that you're trying to rank for. So this is inside Ahrefs, and you can see that I get at least on average one new backlink every day, and I'm going to show you the method of how I do that. It involves finding influencers who create roundups and curate content that is relevant to both you and them and the audience that they serve. So once we create the content that is relevant to them and their audience, all we have to do is reach out and say, hey, I saw you, I checked you out, and I think you might appreciate this content. And most of the time, because they've got a roundup and they curate content already, they'll put 1 plus 1 together and say, yeah, I think you are a fantastic fit for what we're doing. One example is something I actually just did yesterday. I reached out to Rhea from Easy Clocker and I said, hey, I was searching online for information on growth hacking over lunch. I'm a marketing nerd and I know it, and I found your marketing roundup at Easy Clocker. And I actually read through the article and checked out some of the links, and I shared comments on what I liked. I said, hey, I saw that you posted from Ty at AppQs, and I love how he breaks down how to do growth hacking in his article. It's so comprehensive, and it's definitely a fantastic resource. Then I pivot. And I say, actually, since I see that you've got a roundup already, I've got an article you might want to check out. Earlier in the year, I published an article called 21 Insanely Effective Ways to Increase Website Traffic. It was a major success. It got featured as a top article in Business to Community and as a noted article in Triber's newsletter. Now, I called out these things that noted the article from everyone else. These are special things. Not everyone does this. Very few people get into Triber's newsletter. Very few people get into Business to Community. And I also say that, hey, it's got over 820 shares on our website, which means people obviously care about it and it's something of value. And I just hit the publish button on part 2. So this is why she cares about what I just did, because this is a continuation and sequel to that first part. It's already starting to get traction, which it is. I think it's got, as of now, over 100 shares, if I remember. And I close it out with saying, let me know if you're interested in checking it out. I don't send her a link right away. I want her to say yes to at least looking at it first, because if you can get someone to say yes one time, it's a lot easier for them to say yes a second. So this is what I wrote, and this is what she responded. She said, hi, yes. She actually went out and found the article. I didn't have to link to her. She was that interested. She found the article, and she's going to include it in the monthly roundup link. On top of that, I'm also going to write an article for her blog. So that's 2 high-quality backlinks. And that's how I approach them. I'm going to show you now how I find these link building opportunities. There are 2 methods that I use. And the first is good old-fashioned Google. I type in digital marketing roundups. Very simple. So it's your main topic, a broad topic, plus the word roundups. And I scroll down and I look and I type in all results. I'm sorry, not all results. There's a button here called tools, and I'll restart so you can see it from scratch. I'll click on tools. I'll click on anytime, and I want to do in the past month because we want roundups that are active. So I scroll down and I see what's going on, and I already pitched and contributed to him before, so he's good. Today, I also found, where is our friend? I found this article right here. It's the Friday Fund Marketing Roundup number 37, and I pitched him right before, just a few moments ago before I decided to do this. And what he's got is he has a roundup that he does every week, and he talks about the best articles, infographics, videos, and resources in the digital marketing space. So I read through and I found an article that's relevant to me by Sleek Note. It's the 5 costly list building mistakes to avoid at all cost. So I opened it up and I started reading through it, and I found out that, wow, this really resonates with me. I like this because I talk a lot about list building and funnel creations and lead magnets and all these things that Sleek Notes and Kuratosis care about. So what I did is I found his email, and I did this using a tool called Kuratosis, and I copied it into Google, and I emailed him out and said, hey, Elliot, I'm doing some digital marketing blog reading over a late lunch. And I go, hey, I'm a big marketing nerd here. When I came across your Friday Fun Marketing Roundup, I really love that you included Sleek Notes' article on list building mistakes to avoid. The author, Riki, made a fantastic point. You need to know your audience and what they want. And then I pivot again, and I just go into my template of, hey, so you have a roundup, here's the article, here's what it did, part 2 just came out, let me know if you're interested in checking it out. And because I just sent it out literally a few minutes ago, I've got no response yet, so I'll keep you updated on what he actually says when he gets back to me. If he even gets back to me, there's a chance that he's not going to respond or not going to care. But with my experience in doing outreach, chances are there's a 1 in 3 chance he will see it and he will respond. I know how to get people to open, and one of the big tactics that I use to get people to open these emails is I say, I loved your article. And this really strokes their ego because they want to see who read their article and who loved it and what they have to say. And first, I talk about what I really enjoyed and what I liked about it and why I liked it. So at this point, they know I'm not spamming. They know I'm not robotic. They know that it's not some weird auto message that was sent out. This is a real human being with real emotions, with real feelings, and that takes care of most of the objections that people have about email influencer marketing. So once I get down here to my article and what I've got, he's a lot more likely to actually care. And because it's an article that's relevant to him and his industry and what he does and writes about, he's likely to want to check it out and include it in his blog roundup. And the last little thing to notice down here is I've also got my name and my email, and there's a photo of me. It's a year-old photo, but that doesn't really matter. I've got my phone number, my email address, and I even go as far as including my physical address, and then my social media as well. This all proves I'm a legit person, I'm real, and I'm open to having conversations. And this works. This is a strategy that's gotten me numerous backlinks and helps me to rise in the ranks of Google, and it gets me in front of influencer articles as well. Okay, guys? So there is one other tactic, and that is to analyze other people's backlinks. So I use a program called SERPstat, and what SERPstat allows me to do is I type in any influencer's website and I can see who links to them. And I'm looking again for roundups. I'm looking for content curated posts like the best of and resource pages and articles along those lines. So let's say for now, I'll leave it with AppQs. And I'm doing this live, so I don't know if this will be a good website to feature. Sometimes you can't find the backlinks that you want with certain websites. So this is a complete gamble right here. I might not find anything. But I type in AppQs, and I'm going to scroll down and look. Best marketing tools. Okay, so let's see what this article is. Some of the best SEO tools. I don't know. Oh. Site audit, A/B testing. This is really poorly laid out. One of the big things that I advocate is the eyeball test, which means if it doesn't look good, chances are you really don't want a backlink from it, and this is bordering on that, so I'm just not gonna pay attention to that. Sure, it might be a good backlink, but I want quality people to visit my website. I don't want just anyone. I want my target audience, and I'm not certain it's there. So, San Francisco resources. Now, I worried it's 2016 and it's city specific, so I'm not going to use that. Advertise feed, growth, onboarding process, no. We're looking for resources and roundups. And if it has something specific like a year date or a location stamp, be careful. Because that will definitely take away from the relevance, and backlink relevance is very important. Category marketing. Tricks of the trade. Funnel. Ooh, funnel. Long-term engagement. So I'm not really finding what I'm looking for here, so let's do another influencer. Let's do Moz. Let's do Moz.com. I'm going to bet they've got good roundup backlinks to that. Like I said, guys, when you're doing it this way, it's a bit more of a gamble, but you're also likely to find higher quality websites to get a backlink from. Okay? So backlink per domain, I only want one. Buzz, marketing steps. About. One thing you can do as well to speed it up, this doesn't work every time, sometimes it does, is type in the word roundup in Chrome search feature, because if it's a roundup it might pull it immediately, but a lot of people don't use that word roundup anymore. Some do. That's why I use it. Tutorial. Sharing Cities Toolkit. No. Optimize your landing pages. Google ranking factors. So it looks like I'm not really finding much for Moz either, which is very surprising. So other influencers. Don't take marketing out of that. What's Amy Porterfield's website? What's her URL? Let's see. Oh, how simple. I should have guessed. amyporterfield.com. I would have known that. Would you have known that? I should have known that. Alright. Amy. Backlinks. One per domain. Lead pages. Tools. Aha. Marketingterms.com. I've already reached out to them beforehand, so I'm not going to do it again. But, oh hey, I actually submitted to this. So this is an example. Digital marketing tools, the ultimate reference. So featured resources, we can see this looks appealing, it's nice, it's clean, it's not spammy. There's blogs, advertising. And she's featured in here as well as people like John Loomer and CPC Strategy and WordStream. So I already pitched to this guy, but the purpose here is to show you the strategy behind it. So you would type in your influencers, and you can use this in almost any similar program. I just use SERPstat because I've got a subscription to it. So I type in amyporterfield.com, I search, and I found a resource page, the ultimate guide to marketing resources, or digital tools. What was it called? Yeah, digital marketing tools, the ultimate reference. Okay, so I found that. So now what I could keep doing is I could keep scrolling down and finding more. And then from there, all I need to do is get their email address. And I use hunter.io to find email addresses if they don't have it. It's a free tool. It allows you to find 150 searches per month. And that's unlimited per website. So let's say I go to Amy Porterfield's website and I click the hunter.io button here in Chrome. I think you can see it. There you go. It's right here. And it'll show me all of the websites, email addresses for that particular website, and that only counts as one request. So that's really cool. That's how you can find anybody's email address really fast if they don't have another contact page or their about page. So all you need to do is go to their website, get their email, and then email them using that template that I've got. Remember, you want to call them out by name, find a personalized email address, say how you found them, which I was having a late lunch and I was reading and I found them, which is true. I was eating and I found them. Don't lie about this, guys. And find a way to be human as well. I always say something like, I'm a big time marketing nerd because I'm reading during lunch, blah, blah, blah. And I love that you included specific article and actually be honest about this. If there's something you even found mildly interesting, note it, because the goal here is to warm them up and remind them that you're human. From there, all you have to do is go into your pitch, if you will, which isn't really a pitch. You're just saying, hey, by the way, you're talking. You're having a relationship and a conversation. So all you need to do is mention that you've got this article, you want them to check it out, it's relevant, and here's what it is, here's how it's credible, and if it's not credible yet, you can just say something like, we published this and it seems like something that would be right up your alley. You don't have to use the credibility part if you don't have that yet. This is merely what I do because I've got that behind this article. And all you do from there is you ask if they want to check it out. And when they say yes, send over that website link. All right. So that is how I do influencer outreach for backlinks. I've also got my video on how I do it for social shares. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and check it out. And I hope that this is helpful for you. All right. I'll talk to you later.